welcome to my stream. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be outside here for just a minute as Stefan wraps up recording something inside. We did not coordinate our live streams. But yeah, today I just wanted to answer any questions that you guys have and yeah, provide some value if I can. I only got 20 minutes today, so please ask away. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a nice weekend so far. Today I'm going to do a photo shoot for a bikini line here in Panama. It's two female entrepreneurs. They started this bikini line and I did the photo shoot for them last, I think, October. And so they have a new line coming out again. So it's really cool. It's really nice to see here in Panama these girls like super successful and they're my age, and so yeah, I just want to support them. So I'm going to do a whole vlog about it because I think it'll be fun. It's going to be with horses, so I love horses. So who do we have on the stream today? Gloria. Hi, Gloria. Yay, finally catching me live from Sweden. I think Sundays are better days for going live because I usually just go live at random times during the week and most people are working because, you know, I have a busy schedule, and so most of the time I don't schedule my live streams. I just do them whenever I have a minute. We have Vimal from the UK. Hello. We've got Ruth from the UK. Gloria, how do I like my new hair? I love it. It's super fun. It's like I kind of feel like it's a new personality for me. Helps me embrace more of my femininity. Yeah, I really like it. Ooh, it just got bright. Raj from India, hello. Catherine, hi Catherine. Charisse from the US. Christina from Boston. Danny from Spain but lives in the UK. Hi guys, awesome. Everyone's from all over the place. Oh, we've got Lizette from Canada. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so I see we got our first question here. So should I try to start my Amazon business if I cannot afford the course right now? I have enough for small inventory to start off, but not enough for the course yet. So this is a great question. I would say to wait. I would say wait, don't rush things. Everything in life happens at the right time. And I think when we rush things because we're excited, that's when things maybe do not happen with purpose. And I think that if you don't have the finances to start the business now, don't jump into it, because even if you grab information from Google and from YouTube and you are now going to invest in your first inventory, you're still spending a good amount of money in that inventory. But if you didn't get enough, if you don't have a solid foundation, if you don't go through the training, you are more likely to make mistakes that are going to be costly. They're going to cost you money and cost you time. And so I would say instead, during this time, just save up money. Whether it takes months or for weeks, save up money, go through YouTube videos, do your research on Google, and then invest in a course. And once you've gone through that course, then start to do the business, because you need to know what to do step by step before you jump into it. Because I have so many people that message me saying, I was excited about this business and I did it myself, but then I guess I was missing some steps and I lost money and my first inventory didn't work and all of these things. And so I hear this all the time. I get these messages on Instagram all the time. So I really do strongly advise you invest in a course. It doesn't have to be super expensive. But guys, if you can't invest in a $1,000 course right now, if you don't have the financial means to do this, then maybe this is not the right business for you at this moment. Doesn't mean it won't be the right business for you at any time, just at this moment. And the reason I say this is because $1,000 is not that much when it comes to this type of business. It does require more capital. So there are other online businesses that you can do to have that laptop lifestyle that's maybe not a private labeling business that requires less capital to start with. But this one does, because if you're private labeling products, you have to put that money down up front. It's not like you can put that money down and then 6 months later pay for it when you make the sales. So you're putting that money, you're making that investment up front. Ooh, I'm gonna see if I can go inside. Okay, this is a bit better. So yeah, so I definitely do recommend just waiting, having some patience with that, and save some money for it. And remember, guys, that if you want to have a laptop lifestyle, you don't have to become an entrepreneur, right? You can still have the laptop lifestyle working for another online business. For example, all of the people that I employ, they're not the entrepreneurs, but they have the laptop lifestyle. My project manager, she's from Spain. She's right now living in the US, and she travels in between, and she has that freedom and that flexibility. I tell her, I don't care what hours you work. I don't care if you're working Monday to Friday or if you're working Wednesday to Saturday. I just want you to get the job done. So she has the flexibility to change her schedule, to do the things that she wants to do without having the responsibility of myself, the entrepreneur, without having the financial responsibility and the responsibility to really grow the business and put in those hours. So in many ways, being the entrepreneur might not be the best option for you, especially if you don't have a lot of the attributes of an entrepreneur. I think sometimes we like the idea of owning our own business because of the laptop and the freedom that the laptop lifestyle and the freedom that it brings. But you don't necessarily need to be the owner of the business to have that freedom. And sometimes that's the best option. You just have to identify your personality and what will work for you. Some people, they don't want to take on big risks. If you're the type of person who does not like to take big risks, you love comfort, you love certainty, then this might not be for you. So just a warning. All right. So who else do we have here? Jake says, thank you for all your videos on Amazon. I found them very helpful and informative. Lots of love from Jake in the UK. Thanks so much, Jake. Gloria says, I want to start building my Instagram health and fitness oriented, but feel awkward and have a feeling of being annoying. How do I get over that? Well, Gloria, I think you just have to realize that you don't need everyone to like you. If people like you, that's just great. If they don't like you, that's fine too. You don't need everyone's approval. You just need a select group of people who value you and find value in you, because that is what is commerce, right? How come we have, how is my business successful? Is because someone sees value in the products I'm selling. So you have to be valuable, you have to become valuable, and that's how you'll grow your business. But you don't have to be valuable to everyone. So hear me out. Let's say, for example, the Kardashians. A lot of people think, oh, they're millionaires, billionaires, and they don't have any skills, they don't contribute, they don't do anything. But that's not true at all, is it? Because they wouldn't be millionaires and billionaires if that was true. They add value to a select group of people. Not everyone, but a select group of people who loves them. They have raving fans who watch their shows, are entertained by them, they buy their products, their makeup, they love their products. So they're adding tremendous value, and that's why they have tremendous wealth, okay? Of course, we can, there are other aspects to it, but that's kind of the key concept. And so you just have to be valuable, come from a place of value, and just know that, if people are annoyed from you, those aren't the people that you want to follow you anyways. You want people who see value in what you're sharing and who are within your niche. If you're sharing fitness and health advice and someone does not care to see that and thinks it's annoying, then that's fine, they don't have to follow you. So there's a lot of people who and there's always going to be haters. As soon as you put yourself on YouTube, as soon as you put yourself on social media, any platform, you're always going to have haters. That just comes with the role. And so you have to be willing to accept that. You can, of course, block people and have, a moderator and all that stuff, but that's also part of it. Nobody's perfect. Like, you could be Gandhi, you could be Jesus, you could be Mother Teresa, and they still have haters. So just realize that just comes with it. Has nothing to do with you. Haters, it's everything to do with them and nothing to do with you, so you cannot take it personally. All right. What else do we have here? We've got Ashley from Los Angeles, Carly from Italy, hello. Piseth from Cambodia, wow. So Danny says, what would you do if you live in the UK? Will you sell in the US Amazon as it is a much bigger market, or the UK? So the US is a huge market, but in the UK, I would actually sell in the UK first, because it'll be easier for you as you are a UK resident. And also the UK market's not that small. And it's actually good because the UK market's picking up traffic, and there's very low competition. If you look at like reviews and yeah, the competition on the UK market, you could definitely do really well on there. So I would start in the UK if you're from the UK. But if you're from like, for example, Australia also has their own marketplace, but right now it's still really slow. It's a great opportunity because you can be one of the first, you know, within your niche to kind of launch there, but it might not be something that kind of blows out of the park because it's still picking up traction. People are still getting used to it, but you want to establish your listing on there. But I would still sell in the US. So I would start in Australia, but I would make it your mission to get into the US because that's really where you're going to start getting those sales. Yeah, so just be aware of that. I'm also in Australia, don't really make that many sales there, but by being one of the first in the Australian marketplace, naturally my listing will start to rank and get those organic reviews and all that. So Bryson says, if you had to pick one for just right now, would you pick Helium 10, Jungle Scout, or Viral Launch? Now, once you are up and running, if you had to pick a second one, which would you pick? So I would say out of the three, I would pick, well, okay, I would say, okay, if before you start your business, if you're doing the product research phase, you could just use Jungle Scout because it's really affordable. You can get the Chrome extension. It can help you find products. But if you can afford Helium 10, I would go for Helium 10 because Helium 10 is very comprehensive. And then also once you're up and running, once you have your listing on Amazon, Helium 10 has so many tools. They've got keyword research tools. You can like analyze other people's listings and pull information from their listings. And they even have a Refund Genie, which I used to pay like a separate subscription to get this. Basically what this is when customers return products to Amazon, sometimes Amazon doesn't refund you properly, and this Refund Genie goes in and automates this process for you and talks to basically Amazon and gets that refund for you automatically, so you don't have to do much. So you can get hundreds or thousands of dollars back that you probably wouldn't have really spent the time to get back yourself. So Helium 10 is definitely the more comprehensive tool. And Viral Launch is a very different kind of tool. It doesn't really blend with either of those. Viral Launch is like when you're first launching your products, like giving away products to help you rank. So that can be helpful during that phase, but it's not something that you need on a monthly basis. So you don't really need like a monthly subscription for that past the point of your product launch. And by the way, guys, I have links for those in my description. And if you get Helium 10 or Jungle Scout, I have coupon codes in the description for you. For Helium 10, you get 50% off your first month, which is actually a really good idea because you can try it out. So you can try it out for 50% off. If you don't like it, well, within 30 days, you can get a refund anyways. But or if it's past 30 days, at least you only pay 50%. So Farid says, hi Tatiana, do you think Amazon FBA is overstuffed? No, not at all. I have videos on this. This is just a scarcity mentality. You don't want to be in the scarcity mentality. You want to be in the abundance mindset. And that's a fact because Amazon is growing every single day and they need sellers like you and I to sell on their platform in order for them to expand. And so if you're just going to sit at home and think, oh no, you know, it's overfilled, there's too many people, there's too much competition. Well, all these days that you keep thinking that are days that you are missing out on starting your business, and other people who have the abundance mindset have started already and they're going to be ahead of you. So you want to get on it as soon as possible, change the mindset. Do I do one-on-one coaching, not only Amazon, but coaching on branding and how to grow your business? I get asked this all the time. I should put this out there somewhere more publicly. I don't do one-on-one coaching at the moment. It's something that I might do in the future. It's just that you guys know I'm like so focused on, you know, my brand. I have different online businesses now. It's not just my physical products business. And then also, you know, I have the 2 YouTube channels. Like I've got a lot going on, and I also want to have a balanced lifestyle. So I'm trying to take weekends off, spend evenings with my love, and I just don't want to overstuff my schedule because I need that balance. And so no, I don't do coaching, but the only way you get coaching through me at the moment is if you sign up for the Amazing Selling Machine course. It's a bonus that I offer, so it comes at no additional cost to you. For 6 months, you get email coaching from me, helping you with whatever questions you have. You also get listing feedback for your top products. I give you feedback on them. I also give you feedback on your Amazon listing, let you know like what can be improved, what's not really working out so well for you, and a number of other things. So you can go and click the link in the description or go to luxcurves.com/ASM bonuses to read more about that. But that's pretty much all the coaching I have for right now. And I actually don't know if I'm going to be offering that for that much longer because I'm going to be taking a trip to Brazil and South America, and I'm trying to kind of clear my schedule more, have fewer responsibilities. So Jared says, hi Tatiana, do you think that there are better options instead of Amazon FBA with everyone doing Amazon FBA right now? There are many different options. It just depends on what works for you. And so that's why you do have to do your research. It doesn't mean that you have to try everything, but learn about it. Go on YouTube and learn about it. There's affiliate marketing, which works really well for many people because with affiliate marketing, you don't have to have that large initial investment. You're really just building a platform where you're adding value to people, whether it's through content, and then you're just promoting other people's products. So you don't have to create your own products, you just promote other people's products. So it's quite simple to do, and many people make really good money with that, especially when they are affiliates for courses, because you can get like 50% commission for certain courses or products or ebooks or whatever it is. So I think it just depends, what suits you. And I don't think that Amazon FBA is a bad option. I think it's a wonderful option for many people, but again, it depends on the person's personality. And it also depends on how much you're able and willing to invest at the time. So if you're really, really broke, then it's not the right business model for you at the moment, because like I said, it's not a light investment. You have to invest in your training. I believe that is a must. Other people think that's not something that you have to invest in. I believe that's a must. I want to learn the right techniques, the right training from the beginning, so I build my house on a solid foundation, not on sand. And then you also have to invest in your inventory, in your marketing, but then, you reinvest profits. And when you're able to reinvest the profits instead of paying yourself out right away, then the business grows much faster and you start making more money. And so the investment becomes a lot lighter because you're just reinvesting the profits instead of the money coming straight from your pocket. So Catherine says, I found out my product is a textile and the duty is 30%. Ran the numbers and it's still 30% profit. I am with ASM. That's good. So I'm pleased to hear that it is a 30% profit after 30% duty. So yeah, I think 30% profit margins are great. I would say you want to aim for like 30% and above, sometimes even 25% for your first product, just kind of learning the way. With my first product, it was like not a huge high ticket product. I was selling it for like $10, but I learned the process, and that is what was the most valuable thing for me. Much more valuable than the money I made from the product is learning the process. So once I learned the process, then I did it again the second time. And then after I did it the second time, I learned even more because I made more mistakes. And remember, there's no such thing as failure, only lessons learned. So the more mistakes I made, the more I learned from them. And then with my third product, it was much, much more successful because I knew what to do, I knew how to brand, and that's the product I have today, right? And it's a product that I could also scale. It's a product that I could differentiate myself with, and it's a product that I could market really well. So yes, good job for 30%. Hi, Rihanna. Catherine says, by the way, I did sign up because of you. Went to the link you provided, but it never linked to you for some reason. Catherine, if you signed up for the course through me and you want to get access to my bonuses, you can just email me at info@luxbiz.com and just forward me the receipt from the course that you purchased, and then I can confirm your registration and I can still hook you up with the bonuses. Sierra, thank you so much. I enjoy my hair too. So Crystal says, how do we continue to run the business after we launch the first product? That usually comes naturally to you. Once you launch the first product, there are going to be many things that you'll know that you must do. There's 1,000,001 things that you can do to grow your business. And so once you first launch the product, there are steps that you learn in the course. But after that, it's all about growing and adding more value, essentially. So whether that's adding value through content, having a better offer, creating a better product, and yeah, it's just about marketing at that point. So you have to focus, really make marketing your mission and really realize the value of it and the importance of it. So Rihanna says, any tips on how to post on Facebook business page? How often should this be done? Daily, once a week? How to create good content that engages the followers? Well, you just really have to step into your customer's shoes. I would recommend you create a customer avatar. You can Google this. Basically, you want to know, okay, who is your customer? If you had an ideal customer, what would this customer look like? And you want to get as specific as possible. So you want to know, okay, what age are they? What is their job? What are they struggling with right now? What do they need help with? What are their finances? How much money do they have to dedicate to buying, products and stuff? How many kids do they have? Where do they live? You want to get specific with this, because once you know who your customer avatar is, and even give them a name, give them a height, give them hair color, everything. Once you know who your customer avatar is, then marketing becomes a lot easier, because then all you do is you're talking to this avatar. You're just adding value to this one person instead of all this. You don't make it bigger than it is. You say, okay, this is the person who I'm talking to, and so I want to add value to this person. So if you know that your customer avatar is struggling to lose the last 10 pounds, that's very specific. And then you know, okay, the customer avatar has probably tried a bunch of these diet things. So then in your marketing, you can say, I understand you've probably tried this and this and this, and here's a new option for you. And so you don't even have to create your own content on Facebook. You can repurpose other people's content as long as you give them credit. And so that's why you need to post multiple times per day, especially on Facebook. Because on Facebook, it is crazy. When you scroll, there's ads, and every time you go on Facebook, it's something new. If you saw something you liked and then you scrolled a little bit and then you went back to Facebook, it would be hard to find that post because there's just so much right now, right? So on Facebook, you want to post multiple times per day, because then you have a higher chance of letting your audience see the post. So same thing with YouTube videos. When I create a new YouTube video now, I used to just post it once on my Facebook page, and I would just market it once. Hey, I created a new video, go check it out. Now it's 3 times the day that I post it, because I know that if I post it at 12 o'clock, a small portion of my viewers are going to see it. If I post it at 3 o'clock, a smaller portion. If I post it at 6 o'clock, a small portion. So at least I'm reaching different people at different times. So you want to post multiple times per day, but don't feel pressure, because you can use other people's content too, as long as it's related to your niche, right? So if it's fitness, there's 1,000,001 different reliable, trustworthy, good blogs out there that you can repurpose content from. You can even collaborate with them, saying, hey, I'll repost one of your blog posts if you repost one of mine. And then you can also, use other influencers to help you with that as well. So just try and come from a place of adding value. If you think that your avatar would see value in your post, then it's the right thing to post. If you think that it's not really relevant to them, there's no value in this, then don't post it. Giselle says, you've done a great job solidifying your brand identity and style, even though you have multiple products. What are your best, thank you. What are your best tips to solidify your brand identity style so it's identifiable to your brand? So branding is all about, you want people to identify your brand without you having to tell them about it. So you want to get to the point where people can see a product of yours or a logo and they know who you are. And you do that by, again, adding consistent value to people. And with my brand, one thing that really worked is building a community. So, one sec. Okay, so I want to enforce the idea of building a community. So building a community is so important because this is what people want to feel like they're part of something, right? And so with my brand, what really helped me was building a Facebook community, a Facebook group, a private group. So there's 10,000 women in that group right now. And all these women, they're there reinforcing my brand for me. I don't even market my products in that group because they do the marketing for me because they've become raving fans. They love the products. They want to help each other. They want to help each other with their goals, whether that's weight loss or postpartum or whatever it is. So you want to create a brand presence and you want to have meaning behind it. So even if you're selling like a kitchen tool, you know, you can find purpose behind anything and find a way to make it valuable to people. So maybe you can start like a cooking Facebook group where you share really amazing, you got to go niche with this, right? So maybe it's like right now I'm kind of like on a keto dairy-free diet and I struggle sometimes with making food. And so if I found a keto dairy-free Facebook group, that would add tremendous value to me. And whatever they're selling, I might probably be interested and I would become a raving fan because they're really helping me out. So I think it's really coming from that place, and then also doing things to engage with your followers. So don't just broadcast things to them, you want to engage with them and have a conversation. So in older marketing techniques, it was just like shooting out emails to people, posting on Facebook, but never really interacting with your customers. And I think that's what's key right now, is actually getting to know them, actually getting to interact with them, because that's gonna help you too. Not only does that make them feel special and feel like they're being paid attention to, but it's gonna help you because you're gonna know exactly what it is they need. Once you actually start talking to them, that's when you know, okay, this is what this person needs, this is how I can help them. And by helping them, they also help me, because when I create a product that serves them, they buy it from me and they help me financially grow the business. So yeah, so build your brand, communicate with your followers, start a community, and grow that raving fan base. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, of course, but as long as you're consistent. And that's the thing, I think so many people, we start things and then we have the shiny object syndrome. We start Amazon FBA and then we're like, oh, affiliate marketing. And we start affiliate marketing and then we're like, ooh, Kindle publishing. And then we start Kindle publishing and then we're like, ooh, let me try this new like real estate business, you know? And it's like hopping from one thing to the next, one bucket to the next. You're never really going to master anything when you keep dabbling from one pot of gold to the next. So you really just got to stay focused and stay consistent. There's a really good book by Darren Hardy, or I think it's Darren Hardy, called The Compound Effect. I highly recommend you read it because the compound effect basically explains to you how you're going to be doing things every single day, and it might feel like they're not paying off, and you might feel like, you know what, you're making a Facebook post and nobody's going to see it. You're putting all this effort into a YouTube video and nobody's going to watch it, but it compounds over time, just like an investment. And then one day, you know, you start getting your first views, and then those videos on YouTube that you posted years ago, now they're your most popular videos. This is exactly what happened to me. When I was first starting my channel, nobody was watching my videos, but I knew that as long as I stayed consistent and didn't give up, despite the fact that I was putting all this effort and nobody's watching, I knew that one day I would have a number of followers that actually saw value in my content. And so now if you look at my top viewed videos on this channel, they're my very first videos. And that's the beauty of YouTube. You can create something 3 years ago that is still getting traffic. And so it's so valuable. So just realize that you can't give up. And there's also a good book by Darren Hardy the roller coaster, the entrepreneur roller coaster, which is really good. It helped me a lot because it makes you realize, there are so many ups and downs. That's just part of the process. Nobody is like this. There's no such business that's all, straight. There's always going to be ups and downs. You're going to have peaks where you're like, this is amazing. I'm doing so well. I just made so much money. I just helped so many people. And then you're going to have the lows where it's like, oh, this sucks. I hate this. I want to quit. I'm done. And that's kind of part of it. And it's learning to manage your emotions during those times, but also anticipating those times so that when they do happen, you don't just say, oh, this is the end. Oh, this is it. My business is over, right? So I recommend reading those books. Okay, so I have to wrap up in a bit. So I'm gonna pick only the questions that are very relevant to everyone. So what camera would you recommend to start making the YouTube videos? The camera that you have right now. Because if you're going to wait until you have the money to buy a professional camera, that's not gonna serve you. Use what you have right now. Use what you already got, okay? Because when you're saying, oh, I gotta wait to buy this new camera, that's an excuse to delay the process. So start now. I'm on my iPhone right now. This quality is amazing in my opinion. And you really don't need a fancy camera. The trick is to just be in front of a window. I'm in front of a window right now and it gives me really good lighting, so the quality is better. If you do it in a basement in a dark room, the camera is just not gonna look great. So just be outside, be in good light, and then you'll be fine. How did you learn to speak so well? Well, you just gotta practice, like nobody's born speaking well, I don't think. I mean, there's some people who are super gifted, but it takes practice. Practice makes perfect. And I think also when you know what you're talking about. So I'm sure that we all have something. You probably have something that you have mastered, something that you've put in 10,000 hours in, whether that's like, speaking a certain language, or whether that's, snowboarding, or whether that's, business, whatever it is, you're probably a master at something in your life. And I'm sure that if I asked you to speak about that topic, the words would flow out of you. You wouldn't have to research it ahead of time because you already know. You've had years and years of experience. And so that's kind of what happened with me is I've had these years of experience. I've had, again, many failures. And so it becomes very easy for me to talk about these things because this is what I do on a daily basis. So it's not like it's something that's new for me. It's not something that I don't have a lot of knowledge in. I feel very confident in talking about it because I'm in it. And I actually just had this conversation with one of my good friends the other day. She wants to start a business, like a type of business like this, physical products business, but she's struggling because she feels this like internal conflict. And she also feels like, the words don't come out right when she does videos. And I'm like, well, maybe that's because that's not your subject. That's maybe not what you've mastered. That's not the subject that you might want to share, but there is something in your life that you have mastered. She's done fitness competitions. She's been a fitness coach for years. She spent years mastering her health. She is so healthy and she's so fit. It's insane. I would take advice from her any day. And she could talk about that way better than I could. She could talk about that for hours. So that shows, something that she's passionate about. When you're passionate about something, you're good at it because you enjoy learning about it. It's not like you have to learn about it. So with business, it was very forceful. She was really forcing herself to learn these things and memorize these things. And then whenever she would make a video, she'd write a script and then she'd forget things. But with fitness, it came naturally because it was her passion. She'd learn about it on her free time anyways. And so I was like, that's better for you then. So create a business out of that. But then she's like, oh, but it's saturated. But that's not true. You just have to differentiate yourself, add value, have confidence in yourself, have confidence in the value that you add to people, and that will transcend. And so kind of figure out what that is for you, because we all have something that we can talk about very well. So if you're importing from overseas, you will have to get a bond, which is like, you can get a one-time bond, so every time you import something, you pay a fee for that. Or you can get a bond for a whole year, which is like $500. So it just depends on what you choose. I have a yearly bond because I have many shipments that I do over the year, so the $500 option is much better for me. So how many subscribers do you really need on it and on YouTube to have a good customer base? So it's not about how many subscribers you have. In fact, YouTube, your subscriber count is irrelevant. It's how many views you get on your videos, right? If you look how many views I get on certain videos, you know, like 100,000, 200,000 views, but I've only got 30,000 subscribers. Well, the views are more valuable because people are watching that content. And if your goal is to get them to buy a product, you put the link in the description, you talk about it in your video, and then they can become a potential customer. So you don't need the subscribers, you just need the views. And to get the views, you need to do your keyword research. So making sure that you have a good title, know what your keywords are, which there are many tools to help you, or you can even just type on YouTube the beginning of your keyword. So let's say it is, let's say it's online business. So you start typing online business and you let YouTube finish the sentence off for you. And then you see what are the most popular searches. So what are things that people are searching for regularly? And then create a video about that topic. And then you start putting keywords in your description. There's a way that you can put keywords when you're uploading the video. And then obviously the content has to be valuable. So it's about watch time too. It's not just about how many views, but how long people watch your video. So if people watch your video for only a minute, well, maybe they're leaving the video because they no longer see value in it. So again, it always comes down to adding value. So your content has to be valuable to people. The longer your watch time, the better, the more opportunity you have to get to know your customer, for them to get to know you, trust you, learn about your products, market whatever you have, and so forth. So Adam says, is there social media pages that you still manage and post on, or have you outsourced all of them? On my personal Instagram, I still do all my own stuff. I answer all my own messages, and I post everything myself. All my other pages, I don't post on. Everything else is outsourced because I'd rather create the content than spend the time scheduling things and posting them. I am 24 years old. So Jamie says, are there any other cheaper courses than the one that you took that you recommend? I don't have $4,000. Totally understand that. There are courses. They're in every single description of my YouTube videos. If you scroll down in the description, there are courses I recommend. And the one that I recommend most common for people who don't have as much of an investment is Marketplace Superheroes. So I do have many videos about that course because it is a great course. It's just not as in-depth and thorough as Amazing Styling Machine, which is 1/5, which is 5 times more expensive than MPS. But if you aren't able to invest in that course, I would say this is a really good runner-up. And they do have different ideas and concept when it comes to private labeling products. MPS puts less pressure on you, less financial pressure as well, in the sense that you're not really looking for this one amazing product. You're looking for kind of boring, simple products that aren't expensive, and your goal is to publish or post them in different marketplaces. So you find one product that sells for like $14, you post it in Amazon US, in the UK, in Australia, and so they have the rule of 5, where if you have them in 5 marketplaces, what would only bring in maybe like 10K per month now can bring in 50K per month with one product. So that's kind of their idea. So it's really good. So I'll link it in the description for you. I also do have bonuses if you want to register for that one. You can go to luxcurves.com/MPS bonuses. So Jasmine says that she's starting a YouTube channel in hopes of building a brand and audience. Any advice? Are you currently making any income from YouTube? So I think that it's a great idea to build your YouTube channel with the intention of building it for the audience. I don't think it's a great idea to build a YouTube channel with the intention of making money. YouTube, people who rely on YouTube ad revenue, like you might say, oh, they've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers or millions, and you might think, oh, they're so rich. But if they're just relying on ad revenue, unless they have 10 million subscribers, they're not really making much money. You don't get paid much from YouTube ad revenue. My ad revenue pays for my video editors. So I have it set so that both channels, Lux Curves and Lux Biz, the ad revenue pays for my video editors, so I don't have to edit videos for me. So that's wonderful. But you don't get paid enough, in my opinion, to live a comfortable lifestyle, which is why you don't just want to focus on growing your YouTube channel for the sake of getting more subscribers. You want to find a way that you can leverage your existing subscribers by having a business or products or service that support that. So many times I see influencers with so much potential on YouTube and on Instagram, and I look at their bios and they don't have any links. They're not selling anything, but it's like you're wasting your audience if that's the case. You're wasting your full potential. And if you are building an audience and you have subscribers and following, you have enormous opportunity to sell them products or services that are going to serve them. So find out what it is that they want, what it is that they need, and help them by providing those for them. And in exchange, you get paid more, and now you can live more of a comfortable lifestyle instead of just relying on ad revenue. But again, the key with YouTube or any other platform is consistency. Have quality content and be consistent. There's really like no tricks. Now, unless you want to spend $5,000 a month on hiring an expert to help grow your following, but for most of us, that's not feasible. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up this video. I gotta go to my photo shoot, which I'm gonna vlog if you guys want to watch bikini photo shoot with horses, which is gonna be so gorgeous. These are gorgeous horses. Check them out. Follow my Lux Curves YouTube channel for that, because I don't post that stuff on this channel. I'm gonna answer one last question. Awesome. Vishan says, I took the ASM course because of you and I completely love it. About to order my first inventory. I'm always happy to hear that. I love hearing people enjoying my recommendations. Okay. All right, I'm going to actually create a book list for you guys because a lot of people ask me about the books that I read, and honestly, this is where I learn the most of my content. I grow the most is through books, through reading, and I really do believe that, if you look at all the most successful people, they read. They make it a mission to read every single day, because what is reading? If you're reading self-development books, business books, you're absorbing content that one author dedicated years of their life to creating and mastering. So you're absorbing that information in one simple book. So I can learn so much in just 1 year through reading. So I really think it'll be valuable for you if I create a book list that really helped me, including all of the books about business, because I think that's what really helped me change my mindset to realizing that this is not something that happens overnight. This is not for short-term gains. This is for long-term gains, and this is the process. So I will create that. Stay tuned for that. I'll post it maybe in some of my video links for you guys to check it out. And yeah, so all right. All right, thanks guys for watching. I'm gonna do more live streams. Hopefully, like I'm trying to do them more regularly to answer questions, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell symbol if you haven't done that already, because then you'll be notified as soon as I go live, so you don't have to miss me. And hopefully I can get in more questions next time. Have an amazing